I did 19 tablets that night.
19 tablets?
19, yes, please. I did 19 tablets that night. I did 19 tablets every morning and night after that night.
So for the whole week that you were there, you took 19 tablets every morning?
My brother, you better believe that.
Wow.
I coughed from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. You don't want that kind of experience. So anybody who's telling you there is no such thing as COVID-19, it's not in Africa, the sun is one thing, the clinical is this thing, they're just using that to eat money. Just see that person as the person that the devil has sent to come and destroy your life.
Please let's start from the beginning. How did this happen? We just heard that you shared your post on your Instagram page, your COVID-19 survival story. How did it happen? Can you even remember the exact moment where you feel like you got it? The virus, I'm asking.
Okay, for over 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks.
Okay.
At first, I was treating malaria.
Okay.
I was going back and forth to the hospital, and after a while, my doctor advised that I go for the test.
Okay.
Now, COVID-19 is not a virus that, most people have COVID-19, but they also have their immunity is quite strong.
Okay.
You understand? So, and those people are the ones causing all the problem, because people keep looking out for someone who is coughing, someone who has fever, someone who has some sort of symptoms. But this set of guys, or this set of people, do not have any symptom, but they are carrying the virus. So apparently, what I'm trying to say is, you are likely not to know where you contracted it from.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that means what you're saying is, some people have the virus, but they don't show visible symptoms, like you said, like cough or any form of sickness. They don't.
Yeah. And most of those people contract the virus, and eventually they get well because of the level of their immunity.
Okay.
Their immune system.
Their immune system. Okay. Okay,
yes.
That's basically what you're saying. You cannot remember, or you don't know who even might have infected you, or how you might have come across the virus at all.
You cannot know, except in a rare situation where you had reached out or gone to visit someone who is confirmed, who is a confirmed positive coronavirus patient.
Okay. So talk to us about, now you went for the test like your doctor suggested, right? How did you feel when you were told you were COVID-19 positive?
Okay, when I got there, apparently I had all the symptoms.
Okay.
I was coughing uncontrollably. I had fever. I didn't have appetite for food.
Okay.
I had every symptom you'd expect from a COVID-19 patient. So when I got there, they did the test for me, and the test result was supposed to reach me in 72 hours.
Okay.
So when I got home, I called the doctor and told him, I called the doctor, who was an Azadus fan.
Okay.
So he called him as soon as I get home, which I did. So he told me the result will be ready in 72 hours.
Okay.
That day I thought it was the end. So
Wow.
please, I have two things that I want to ask. Because Michael is there, Kikiolalu is there, my mom, Yaleko, is there, my sisters, all my siblings and their children are there. All the good people who love Azadus, they're all there. I didn't tell them that I will be dying today. Please, God, save my life.
Okay.
So it was horrible that night, my brother. It was terrible. But we give God all the glory. Afterwards, I asked God for another thing.
Okay.
I said, please, God, I'm going to be calling, Mr. Lagbaja in the morning. After you have kept me alive, I'm going to be calling so and so at the isolation center. They are actually not supposed to admit me until the result of my test is out.
Okay.
But I want you to please get that man to admit me. So what I did was, in the morning at about 6 a.m.
Okay.
Baba Keke is a strong man. He wakes up quite early every day. That's the experience I've had with him.
Okay.
So I quickly I quickly sent him a message. I said, Baba, this is what is going on, but I want you to do me a favor. Please call this man. I sent him the man's number and asked him to please tell the man to admit me immediately. So as soon as I did that, not too long, Baba Keke responded and said he had done that, and he said I should be coming.
You should be coming. So Baba Keke, this is Kenny Ogungbe now? For those who do not...
Baba Keke, yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes, Kenny Ogungbe, yeah.
Okay.
You also know he's been my boss all along. He's been my boss, forever my boss.
Okay.
So I now called that man again. I called the doctor.
Okay.
So he picked up and said, hello. I said, it's me, Azadus, sir. He said, I know, you're having symptoms. Please be coming, let us admit you. I said, no, be God. And then I quickly just, I don't know how I got to the center, but I got there anyway. So when I got there, he had told me that I should call him as soon as I get there. So when I got there, I put a call through to him. So immediately he came out. He came out from his office, but I was standing right, opposite. So he called me and asked where I was. I told him, so I now signified and said I was here. So he showed me a doctor and said that one was going to attend to me. Okay. So the man now took me to the center, and I got admitted.
Admitted. I mean, this story looks like something that it sounds like a Nollywood film. Do you understand? When you were feeling down and you're calling.
My brother. No. My brother. This one is not a Nollywood movie. This is the edited version.
Oh, this
of
is this. Edit.
Oh, wow. Did I tell you that? Did I tell you that I was coughing uncontrollably and I felt like vomiting, but I didn't have any energy to pull out to get the vomit out.
Wow. Yes.
So I knew I had lost all the energy, and all I could do was just find the little strength I could, just to lay down in the bathroom. So as to try and see if I can, regain a little bit of, energy. So as soon as I got that, and I saw the good message from Baba Keke, that message actually gave me, some more, strength. And then I had my bath and got myself to this center.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. We give glory to God for your life, man, because imagine if you had begun to report something else about you, which is not your portion, but at the same time, we can only say thank God.
Amen.
We can only say thank
God.
God.
Glory be to God.
Okay, so
yes.
which isolation center did you go to exactly?
That was Mainland Hospital, Yaba.
Mainland in Yaba. Oh, so you were in Yaba. How long were you in Yaba for? How long were you there?
That was a week.
You were there for a week.
I spent a week in the isolation center, yes, please.
Okay. So you came in with symptoms of the virus. You came in COVID-19 positive,
Yes,
and you left negative. Tell us about your time in that center. How was the whole experience? Now you described when you got there. So the 1 week you spent there, tell us how it was for you.
It was funny
because
I couldn't. Nobody could reach out to me. I couldn't eat. I couldn't. I was just there on the bed.
Wow.
But after some time, I just remembered that heaven can only, help those who help themselves.
Okay.
So at the center, they give you, your breakfast, your lunch, and then your dinner.
Okay.
So the first thing, I got there at about after 11 thereabout. So
after 11 in the morning.
About 2. Yes, please.
Okay.
So at about 2 p.m. They served lunch, but I didn't have the appetite to eat that food.
Okay.
So I knew that I had to just put something in my tummy.
Okay.
So I tried to stand up, and I put a spoon. I did a spoon, and then the other one. And I got fed up of it, and I went back to bed. Now, the medications they give us, or the medications we were given, comes in the morning and then at night.
Morning and night.
In the morning, say about 8, 9 o'clock.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then same time at night. Okay. So remember that I got in at about 11 o'clock, which also meant that I had missed
the morning one.
The morning, yes, medication.
Okay.
And they could not give me a morning medication in the afternoon.
Okay.
So I had to wait for the later medication. So I didn't know what was going on. Although the doctors, the nurses, they kept coming to check up on us, and then I'll tell them that I have not gotten any medication. Don't worry, your medication will come. Have you been able to eat? Are you eating? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Take this paracetamol, take this, and then I'll do everything they ask me to do.
Okay.
So later at about 8 o'clock, at about 8 o'clock, they brought the dinner, and the medications accompanied
the dinner. Okay.
So I knew I had to eat. I knew I didn't have an option.
An option, you had to eat.
And yes, because these were about 14 to 15 tablets.
14, 15 tablets?
Yes, my brother. So wow. I had to, please give me that stuff. So I had to do 4 more tablets, which will be a tablet that would give me appetite, and then another one that would reduce my diarrhea. So I did 19 tablets that night.
19 tablets?
19, yes, please. I did 19 tablets that night. I did 19 tablets every morning and night after that night.
So for the whole week that you were there, you took 19 tablets every morning?
My brother, you better believe that.
Wow. Wow.
I could take 100 tablets as long as you don't show me a syringe. I don't like injections. I cannot stand injections.
Okay.
So when I saw 19 tablets, I said, Eleshinda. And I kept taking more. You know what I mean? So, some people will vomit, some people will do all sorts of stuff. But, I loved the medications. And I also knew I had to force myself, no matter what, to eat.
Wow. Wow, this story is amazing. 19, I can't even imagine. Me, myself, I don't like injections, but 19 tablets, wow. So can you remember? No, it's true now. 19. No, that's a lot. But can you remember any of these drugs? Any of the drugs you took? Were they normal drugs you use every day, like paracetamol or?
I wasn't interested in, knowing what those drugs were.
Okay.
But after when I took note of just a couple
Okay.
of the medications, so I asked one of the doctors what that one, was meant for, and he told me.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about the conduct of the doctors, because we hear a lot of stories, about the isolation centers. So far, at least the ones in Lagos, we hear that at least to some extent, some of them are functioning exceptionally well. So I just want to know, as somebody who was at the center in Yaba, you are in the perfect position to tell us about the conduct of the doctors, the nurses, and every other medical personnel that was there. How was their conduct?
You see, every medical practitioner at that
The center,
mainland hospital, really, they made me feel I had too much money. They made me feel like a multi-billionaire.
Wow.
Okay. But when I now looked around, I saw that the treatment wasn't just for me. That was how everybody in that ward was treated. So they don't want to see you or hear you do. You hear, so sorry, sir. Sorry. How are you feeling? Are you okay? Now you can imagine a hospital or a center in Nigeria where you'll be given your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They're not giving you these meals like you're a pauper. They're giving you these meals like you are in your house.
Yeah, your house. So these are sumptuous, these are full option meals, confirmed food.
My brother. Okay, in the morning, they will give us bread and fish sauce, or bread, fish sauce, and tea, or quaker oats, bread, and eggs, or cornflakes and some other whatever. You know what I mean? That's for the breakfast. And then in the afternoon, you are sure of your amala, your semo, or whatever, with either your vegetable or your ewedu and stew. They don't give you meat like you are a beggar. They give you the meat like. But the issue was that, as someone without appetite, as a sick patient, you didn't have the appetite to do justice to all this meals.
Okay, so you were just looking at
they
them.
They give you everything, including your bottled water.
Wow. So what you are telling us now is you were taken care of very, very well at the isolation centers.
I was taken care of as if I was a triple VIP. That wasn't just me. Wasn't just me.
Everybody there.
And aside from me, there were 249 other patients in that ward.
In that 249.
Yes,
wow.
Please.
Wow. Well, so let me ask you now. With this experience you've shared, we are a lot of Nigerians. When we report stories about people from isolation centers and everything, one of the main reasons why I wanted to talk to you, because you're a publicly known figure. So definitely your experience there might be a little bit different. But you're telling me everybody was treated the same way, and they were all treated like VIP. Yeah. So nothing like so all those people that are on the street that say they are using this thing to eat money. That's not the case, because now you can see that the government is actually working.
No, the only thing I have to say about those people is may God forgive them.
Okay.
Because you cannot be on the street and you are saying rubbish, and then you can't be on the street and also be in the isolation center at the same time. You can only assume what the devil has put inside of you, and you become a devil's agent by telling people things that you don't know anything about.
Okay, so that's not the case at all. So definitely things are working as they should be working.
Oh, my brother. The other day, the first day I got there, oxygen cylinders just kept trooping in and out, trooping in and out, trooping in and out. And then after I got discharged, I was expecting a deal. Trust me.
I can imagine.
I was expecting a deal.
A deal. Wow. I can imagine that. Okay, so let me ask you about your family now, your immediate family. You understand? It's how have you been able to manage the whole what's the word I'm looking for? The whole experience, with COVID-19, because definitely if you have it, there's every chance that your wife or your kids or your sister or your mom or any other family member might have it. So how have you been able to manage that whole family situation? Do you have your own chair? Do you sit down? Have you been in isolation or anything of the sort?
Before it got to this stage, I got my children. I got my wife to take my children to grandma's.
Okay.
And my wife was taking care of me. My wife, luckily, is negative, because when I went to do my own test, we went together, and she did ours as well.
And she was negative?
Yes, please.
Wow.
Normally, nobody called her to tell her that she's negative and all of that. But what the doctor told me was that they spend their time, they spend their time in reaching out to the people who are positive.
Okay. So that means automatically.
Yes, please.
Okay. That's very amazing. We are very, very glad. I personally am glad
aside
to hear that.
Aside from that,
okay.
Sorry for cutting.
No, it's fine.
Aside from that, I also asked the doctor for drugs that my children could take and my wife could take, just to be safe, to be
on the safe side.
Double sure. Yes, please. Which he gave me, and yes, I bought the drugs for all of them.
That's amazing. Okay, so before we go, I want you to talk to Nigerians. You understand, Nigerians, because a large number of them will watch this video and watch this interview. So I want you to, like somebody who's gone through the whole experience, I want you to talk to them. Just tell them, if people still think this thing is not real. Do you understand? So I want you to address them now. Use this opportunity to let them know. I know you've been doing that on your Instagram page. You understand, but I want you to also tell the people about the whole situation with COVID-19 in this country.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Azadus. Unfortunately, I contracted the deadly virus, COVID-19. But glory be to God, I was discharged. I spent a week in the hospital, and you definitely don't want to know what the experience was like. Now, I need you to understand that I've been through this, and I don't want you to go through what I've been through. The government keeps saying, keep your distance, stay at home. You see, the half bread you are eating is better than the half puff. Now, the gari you are eating in the house is better than the chicken and everything they gave me in the hospital that I just kept looking at. I couldn't eat it. I coughed, my brothers and sisters, I coughed from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. We don't want that kind of experience. So anybody who's telling you There is no such thing as COVID-19. It's not in Africa. The sun is one thing. The clinical is this thing. They're just using that to eat money. Just see that person as the person that the devil has sent to come and destroy your life. I and thousands of people from different government parastatals, from different multinational companies. We cannot tell you, you cannot lie to you. So all you need to do is just stay at home. If you don't want to stay, if you cannot stay at home, if you must go out, see everybody around you as that's COVID-19, and that would help you in keeping your distance, and that may help to save your life. I am just one of those thousands of people who God helped. The next man may not be lucky, and I don't want that next man to be you. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Azadus. I really appreciate you, and we are very glad to hear you speak, to hear the fact that you're alive, you're with your family, you're with your children. We are not reporting any bad news about you, because 2020 has been a year that has been, but we thank God, at least we are alive. You are alive, even despite your experience. Azadus, thank you very, very much. We really appreciate the time you spent talking to us.